Siyathemba nizolijabulela lolu hlelo.
Sanibonani bafundi baka grade 12. I hope you are good. Umesisi Sibiya neLena Wellness. I-topic yethu namhlanje sikhuluma ngoku-apply. It's either you are applying for umsebenzi or mhlambe applyela i-study opportunity depending ukuthi yini oyi-applyelayo. Kucisha kube nomehluko ke kancane. Sizo differentiate nje umehluko ukuthi uba kuphi when it's for a job or a study opportunity. Vele zonke lezi zinto zi-applyelayo kufanele kube ne-application letter. So into common la kulezi zinto zo-2, it's an application letter. Njoba ngaye ngasho-ke ngachaza ukuthi ama-subjects they interact. Application letter sayithola ngithi naka-English ku-paper 3. Nalana-ke futhi sekuyangena la kaLena Wellness ukuthi when you apply you need an application letter. It's either you're applying for a job, mhlambe it could be a job, umsebenzi, or you need a bursary for ukuthi uqhubeke ufunde, or for a learnership. Kodwa konke lokhu needs an application letter. Application letter yakho ke nayo into ofanele uyiqaphele. Awulokhu uchaza izinto eziningi. Application letter yakho 1, it should be short. Ayibe mfishane. By short, what do I mean? I mean that it must be to the point. Awuxoxa indaba phela la. You must go straight to the point. It must be short. And ube suyabheka futhi ukuthi you only include ufaka i-information edingekayo kuphela. Only. Underline only. Only the information needed should be included. Uzofaka kuphela information should be included. Uzofaka only i-information that is needed. Awulokhu uchaza izinto eziningi. Right. And then okunye ke futhi ufanele ukukhumbule ukuthi i-application letter le yakho iyona first contact, it's the first contact that you will have with your employer or with your prospective employer. In other words, uzothi ungakahlangani naye wena in person. Mhlambe zobe senhlangana in person kuphi kuma interviews. But before umbone in person whoever you're applying to, application letter yona ke isihambe njani? Isihambe phambili. That is why I say it is the first contact you will have with your employer. So ufanele yenze njani? If it is the first contact, then it needs to capture what is to capture? Ayimhehe lo muntu oyifunda. It needs to capture the reader's attention. The reader's attention. Agabe lo muntu oyifundayo akabona ukuthi aheheke. attention yakhe needs to be captured because wena ufake zonke izinto okufanele uzifake wangaxoxa istory eningi because it's not about uxoxa istory la, it's just short and to the point, right? So when you do this, remember you have to follow a procedure of an application letter. Follow the procedure. What is the procedure konje application letter? I-procedure siyazi ukuthi application letter, if it's formal, it has 2 addresses. Yakhumbula lokho. It has to have your address and the address of the person you are writing to, and also it should also have a date. And then after the date uba ne subject or a topic sentence that you underline ukuthi ukhuluma ngani, and siphinde sikhumbuzane futhi ukuthi if you know the person that you're applying to address ngegama, so you don't have to write dear sir or dear madam, you just write dear Mr. so and so or dear Mrs. so and so because we are mass, right? If umazi ke siyazi ukuthi lapha ekugcineni if sim-addresse ngegama then sikuzoba your sincerely, but if it's just dear sir or dear madam then ekugcineni mase at the end we write yours faithfully. These are just esikhumbuzana zona because we're just recapping. We've done these things. Okay, again ngithi ke mhlambe you are responding to an advert. Ubone advert, right? It can be in the newspaper or magazine or whatever, or with billboard. So you are you are responding to the advert. So if you are responding to the advert, so okokuqala again it's and we are responding to the advert. Nakho kokubalekile, if you are responding to the advert, you have to state one, yisho phela ukuthi uyibonephi. State where you saw the advert. Uyasho ukuthi uyibone kuphi leyo advert. State where you saw the advert. And then okunye kokulandelayo usuchaza ngawe ke manje. You have to write a brief means short, a brief background about your qualification. Uma ukuthi usuke wasebenza, brief background about your qualification. If uthi awakasebenzi, brief background about yourself ukuthi wena ubani. Uma ukuthi mhlambe kade usafunda whatever. So zichazeke nawe ukuthi ene ubani, background yakhe ithini. Or mabe, so it's a brief background about yourself. Right. And then okunye futhi besides a brief background, you have mhlambe usuke wasebenza. So you include your work experience. Ukuthi usebenze kuphi, you include your work experience. Mhlambe uzufake even your skills. Ukuthi after usebenzile, these are the skills you acquired. Uthole lama skills, your skills as well. If kodwa ekhona, I'll put it in brackets, if any. If there are no skills, you don't have to lie. Ubhala lokho okuyikona kona okuyiqiniso. And then mhlambe you are responsible in your community. Mhlambe there is a community project that you are doing or that you have done. So uzobeke angithi usuyafaka ke la. You are going to include your leadership qualities. Your leadership qualities. Ukuthi wena, this is what you have done or this is what you are doing. Leadership qualities. Mhlambe leadership qualities yakhe ihambisana ne community involvement. Mhlambe khona into kade uyenza in the community involvement. Mhlambe you involved in an NGO or whatever. So uyachaza konke lokho uyakufaka phakathi because kukwenza i-image yakho ikwazi ukuthi isheshe yenze njani, yamukeleke. Okay. Ma ukuthi ke i-application yakho is for angithi sithe kungaba i-bursary, kungaba umsebenzi, kungaba i-university entrance. Aye ngithi ke la application is for a bursary. Ufuna i-bursary, right? Lana application e-bursary, finally, it should have a subject line. Actually, all your applications should have subject line, which what is it about, and then you have to underline it as well. Subject line yakho usubhalile, you've written your address, you skipped a line, wayibhala date, you wrote the address yalawo ubhala khona, wenza salutation, and then after salutation, then sekune subject line le yakho which you need to underline. Izothini subject line? Yangithi supply bursary, so izothi application for a bursary, and then you underline it. Okay, and then first paragraph la, the first paragraph yakho after you've written a topic sentence, first paragraph yakho if you go to apply bursary, the first paragraph you must state chaza i-cause, you state the cause, shuthi lesifundo ufuna ukuzenza, the cause you intend doing. Maningi ke phela suke ebhaliwe, you intend to doing or you intend to study. So uyayibhala ukuthi this is for this cause, right? That is your first paragraph, which cause you are applying for. And then buse ubhaleke ukuthi and this is what you have done kanjalo kanjalo, ngithi you include ama skills akho, leadership qualities, and then egcineni because it's short akuyona intend, then lapha egcineni when you end it egcineni usuyabhala ke mhlawumbe ukuthi I would appreciate, ngiyobonga, I would appreciate, ngiyobonga, if you would consider my application. Ngiyojabula uma i-application yami i-considered, shuthi mayinjani, mayimukelekile. Okay, ake ngithi ke angithi apply izinto ezihlukene, angithi ke it's not for a bursary what you are applying for. Mhlambe it's an application letter for employment, mhlambe la ufuna ukuqasheka. Okay, if it's for employment, if it's the application letter for employment, so what do we do lapho? So it's application for employment. If we application for employment, now corner foot, it drill is the same. We have the address, your address, personal, and then we have the date, and then the address of the company on your left, address of the company or of the organization la uapplyela khona ukuba employed, and then salutation angithi siyazi njengoba kade ngichazile DSA or dear or Mrs. so and so, bese kuba ne subject line that you underline as well. Mhlambe ake sithi nje lana it's an employment, subject line yakho you applying for a trainee. Ake ngithi application yakho is for a trainee marketing manager. It's a trainee marketing manager. Then ke ku introduction yakho ke sizoqala kanjani ke, izothi please would you consider me for the part of trainee marketing manager. Please would you consider me for the part of a trainee marketing manager. Angithi mhlambe uyibonile it was advertised, so uyabhala ukuthi as advertised in the, let me write this down, let me just write it down. Please would you consider me for the post of trainee marketing manager. And should call mhlawumbe kukhona la uyibone khona usiyabhala ukuthi as advertised, usiyabhala ukuthi as advertised, mhlawumbe it was advertised in the Citizen or in the Isolez or whatever. Usiyabhala ne date on such and such a date, this date, this month, and then this year. Usiyabhala. And then after this umuntu usiyazi ukuthi vele applying for a training manager, and then usiyasho ukuthi so chaza ngawe ke manje uyasho ukuthi neminyaka emingaki, I am 18 years old or I'm 19 years old or I'm 21 years old, and usiyabhala futhi ukuthi ngifunde kuphi, I was educated at lapho la ufunde khona, ufunde kuphi, I was educated at, and then ubusuyachaza futhi ukuthi ke presently njengamanje wenzani, abakwazi phela ukuthi wenzani, employed or unemployed. Presently mhlambe uyafunda, uyasho ke presently I am studying. La usunikani manje, you are giving them, angithi ngithe you give them a brief background about your qualification. Mhlambe uyasebenza, or mhlambe you are not studying, mhlambe at the moment I'm employed by whatever company or whatever, and then mhlambe ke i-work experience ikhona. Then the next paragraph usubhala ke manje about your work experience. Uyasho ukuthi mhlambe I have 3 years experience working at, so you mention indawo la ubusebenza khona, and then uyasho futhi nama duties akho ukuthi wawenzani kulo 3 years experience. What did you do? If you haven't worked, uyasho ukuthi I've been at school, just completed. Local you have to state, because la it's about your background. If there is community involvement like Gadingshil, then uyasho ukuthi presently mhlambe I'm the chairperson of the youth, or presently I had the whatever. So uyasho ukuthi njengamanje kuyi community, what is it? Because they always want to know, especially when it comes to interviews and all, what is it that you give back to the community. So uyasho when uthi presently involved in such and such a project, or presently I am a chairperson of a youth committee, or whatever, lokho okwenzayo. But you don't have to lie, because sometimes because they will ask for references, and then when they call bathole ukuthi wena you lied just because you wanted to worm your way through, then you've lost. Be honest, khuluma amaqiniso, be honest about yourself, because lokho kuzokwenza ukuthi usheshe wenze njani wamukeleke. So mhlambe ke usuyasho ke application letter, mhlambe usufake ne CV yakho, usuyasho ukuthi I enclose my CV and is prepared, usuyayifaka i-CV yakho and is prepared to provide any other details you may need. Suyasho ukuthi I've enclosed my CV, makhona okunye okudinga ukuthi ngik-add, I'm prepared ukuthi ngiphinde ngenze njani ngik-add, so these people can see ukuthi you are serious about what you are applying for. And then ke nazi izinto ke okufanele ukuthi uzibambe, wenze sure ukuthi uyazichecka before you submit your application letter. One, make sure ukuthi you have proofread your application letter. Make sure there are no grammatical or spelling errors. There are no grammatical or spelling errors. In other words, you have edited, you have proofread whatever you've written before you submit. And also, ofanele futhi ukukhumbula ukuthi if you are going to include your CV, CV is like an advert for you and your skills. CV la in this case, it is like an advert. Ichaza wena. It's an advert for you, for wena, and also your skills. Nama skills akho onawo. So and then okunye ke, if uzo include a CV, yazi ukuthi any CV we don't include original copies. Senze njani? We make certified copies of relevant documents. No originals. So and then you include your certified copies of all the relevant documents. Of all the relevant documents. No, I'll write in capital letters, no originals. Why no originals? Because they might get lost. But when you still have a long way to go, because usazowadinga ama originals, because akusho ukuthi la apply khona it's the end of the road. You are still young. There are so many opportunities that are still going to be opened lapha for you, and then wena original suyilahlile, it's very difficult to qala phansi uthole enye uyabhala and all that. You don't need that, right? So just nje ake sikhumbuzane ke kancane before we wrap up. Siyazi ukuthi if you apply for an alternative job or study opportunity, one, siyazi ukuthi we need an application letter. Angeke size sibalekele. And if sikhumbuzane futhi ukuthi kwi-application letter yethu fanele ibe mfishane. It must be short, mfishane. It is to the point. And then also the information that is needed. Fanele yenze njani? It should be written. Yonke information edingekayo fanele yenze njani? Ibhalwe phansi. And also ngithe application letter is also the first contact. Yona contact yakho yokuqala that you will have with your employer. Kusho ukuthini lokho? Kusho ukuthi zidayise. Sell yourself. Zidayise because ufuna ukuthi nawe wenze njani? You are looking for an opportunity ukuthi wenze njani? Uqasheke. Because you are the first contact wena kahle kahle. I-application letter yakho izofika kuqala before babone ini your face, before they see you face to face. The first thing that they are going to see is your application letter and a CV phakathi. So by the time ufika wena for an interview, or mhlambe there won't be any interview bazokuqasha, by the time ufika wena in person, sebenayo i-idea. They already have an idea ukuthi this is the type of the person esizomqasha. This is the type of the person who is going to become the member of our staff, who is going to be joining us in this industry or in this company or wherever. So already application letter yakho isikudayisile wena before they even see you. So that is why yonke into fanele ibe prompt, yonke into fanele ibe like iyenzeke ngendlela efanele, kungabi nawo ama loopholes azokwenza ukuthi wena usugcina suwenze njani usungasaqasheki because khona izinto overlookile wangazenza kanti ubuzothola umsebenzi, right? And then okunye ke ngithe application letter yakho ayicaptureishe i-reader's attention. Umuntu oyifunda akasheshe abone ukuthi lo muntu uyasazi story sakhe, right? It is either you are responding to an advert, uzosho ukuthi if kuyi-advert uyibone phi, i-date ithini yakhona, be-advertiswe kuphi. You have to mention that because ama-post aya-advertised. And then ubuse unika i-background ngawe ukuthi wena ubani, mhlambe uke wasebenza or akazi usebenze, include that i-work experience yakho. And also if you have any qualities, leadership qualities and skills, mention them as well. Adela ama points angithi. And then uma it's only for your bursary, uzobhala futhi nakhona angithi wonke ama-applications ngithe abanani abe ne-subject line. Then if it's your bursary, you make your subject line, uyabhala, uya-underline application for a bursary, and then ubusuyasho-ke ushilo ukuthi you're applying for a bursary, and then you say ubusuyachaza-ke manje, you say what you intend studying. Yini le ofuna ukuyifundela, what is it that you intend studying, and then a course that you want to study, and then busuyaqhubeka-ke usuyabhala ukuthi and unga-appreciate if they can bakwazi ukuthi bakumukele in their institution if it's for a bursary. And then angaze ngasho ukuthi kwi-example ama-addresses yasti mabili eyakho ene-date, kube i-address ye-organization or institution where you're applying, salutation nakhona futhi kanjalo, subject line usuyabhala-ke ukuthi u-applyela umsebenzi othile, uyayichaza iminyaka yakho neminyaka emingaka, ngisebenze la nala, and because sometimes angithi if kukhona ne-CV kufanele ibe nama-referees, usually they require 2 or 3. Angithi vele wena kuzobe usufaka la ama-referees or references ala abantu kade usebenza khona. Uma ungazi usebenza, it will be references of excuse me, of the places la kade wenzani kade ufunda khona. If there is any community involvement that you have done, then we include that now as well. We are sure presently this is what I'm doing, and then if you have to enclose CV yako, so yafaka CV yako. CV is only 2 pages. It tells your details, personal details, work experience if any, and then ama hobbies, and then bese kuba ama references. And then usuyasho ukuthi uyifakile, and then ubusabakhumbuza ukuthi if there is anything else ongazange uze uyi-include la, you are willing ukuthi uphinde wenze njani uyifake, and then usuproofreader-ke before uyi-submit or before uyi-post or uyi-email or whatever. So check ngizophinda futhi ngithi check okwesithathu, uyayi-proofreader la. In other words, wenzani, you are editing, you are checking ama-grammatical errors or spelling errors. Ukhumbuleke ngithe i-CV is an advert of you and your skills, so konke lokho uyaku-checker, and then in the end what do? You have to make clear certified copies and any other relevant document, and then masuku intudile lokho wenze sure futhi ukuthi akuwona ama-originals, these are copies, but they must be certified and are certified within lesser space, ungaze kube ama copies ase expired. And then that's it, then you are ready to start your new career or your new study opportunity depending ukuthi where is it that you are going. And then that's it. We've come to the end of the lesson. I hope sizokwenza lokhu because kuzosiza thina at the end of the day. We are just beginning our careers, and isende indlela. This is just the beginning. Thank you so much.
Ningakhohlwa ukuthi nisengathokozela ezinye izifundo eziyisithupha kanye nezengeziwe i-learner wellness, i-career guidance kanye ne-advanced program. Hlanganyela nathi kwizifundo ezi-online ku-068 151 1072 noma ku-GoDigi@godigitalsa.today. Siyabonga.